Previously on Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker.
And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special
This
breed.
is under Charlian?
If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms.
Oh yeah, this music. This music always gets me every single time when I'm playing it too. Because I'm just like, it's not what I was expecting to hear for this zone. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. I think we already spoke to Alphino. If we happen to cross paths with Arenvale again, I should like to thank him properly. Okay, a guide of sorts. That looks like the forum right there. Alze is staring off in the direction of Arenvale, departed a thoughtful look on her face. Okay. What duty warrant the direct involvement of the forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Yestola and Krile for the moment, see what they think of this. Yeah. Where's Krile? Interesting. It's funny how normal the forest seems now. As a toad, it was also much more ominous and threatening. Okay, where's Krile? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Welcome back. I trust you found Arenvale then. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important. Even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Krile, then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so enticed by? But the rest of us can survey the more distant areas just in case she decided to wander. Okay. Okay. There she is. Alright, let's check up on her. She's still staring in those flowers. Very strange for her to just be staring at them like that. She just picked it.
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Okay.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Whoa. Okay.
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest.
Okay.
After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that
Another with their part to play.
Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
Stick that in my pocket.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first, so weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's the forum. I thought it might be security or something, but no. Oh, it's their dad.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities.
Right. They know exactly who we are. We presented them with our actual names and occupation.
Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion.
Yeah, sure. If you say so.
And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Who?
Grah! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Oh, what the heck?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
So we went to the restricted section.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Yeah, it seems the more reasonable cause to do right now.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Oh, that's a good thing I went to go get that ether current in. Well, there goes Graha. Man, Graha, why'd you go to the restricted section, man? Oh, wait, he was putting the books back.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together.
That's true.
I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings.
Oh, they took our weapons.
Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Oh, I just realized Krile has her hood down. I think that's the first time I've seen it
These
down.
militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
I mean, we're trying to save it, unlike you guys.
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they if not a dire threat to be expelled?
Daggone, man. You are very jumping to conclusions.
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
No, I don't think so.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
No, shut her up. Because she probably knows it's the truth.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Leave it to Yestola to start
this
it.
revelation.
From the mouth of a Forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own.
The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions.
That's actually pretty smart.
At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
Okay.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge.
I see. Okay.
The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility.
Right.
I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea.
Now we're getting somewhere. Okay.
You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Right.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival.
There's several ways to solve this issue besides just battle. If that's all you think we do, then you are truly lost.
Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
I think you should just say that to yourself.
Father, Master Fortuno, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Well, we're trying to take advantage of the situation, as you can see.
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Oh, Louis Suave. Okay.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, hmm?
Okay, but we really want to try to get to this topic that we're trying to talk about too. So, how about one at a time then, if you wanted to do that?
By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches.
Mm-hmm.
But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Thank you.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections.
Oh.
Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Okay, I think I like this guy. About time there was somebody.
We'll have order.
About time somebody backed us up. That's in the forum.
Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan.
So, hold on.
You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
There's a pretty good, decent amount of them that are with us, so...
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
Alrighty then.
Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
At least almost half is on our side, it seems. So that's a good start. I mean, it sucks,
Honored
but...
members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
That was a pretty lengthy video right there. Or cutscene, yeah. Alright, LSA, what do you got to say about all that? Thank the gods for Scholark Menagerie. I absolutely loathe arguing in circles. Yeah, it seemed like we were going in circles there. My father may be right, that I am still groping in the dark for answers, but I needed him to know that I would never stop searching. I owe that much to Ehrenwald and myself. You may encounter some raised eyebrows, but do continue to claim the students as your sponsors whensoever the need arise. I believe in the guiding principle of the Scions, and I know my grandfather would have as well. I think so. Apologize for the trouble I caused you. I was pondering the significance of what I had just read as I left the restricted section, and knocked over a security moment on the way out. I promise to be more vigilant next time. It's okay, Graha. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. Exactly, that's what I was saying. At least we were able to stay. And our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know what this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedom so solely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn more of the substance here in Sharlayan. We shall have to think very carefully about how we are to proceed from here. Okay, I wonder if they have anything different. No. No, okay. Alize? Alize has a look of dissatisfaction. I can understand. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that is in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival? Come what may. Is father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphino, Alize, is it you? Is it their mother? Maybe. When I heard you've been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I am so very glad they allowed you to stay. It's their mother. Yeah, it is their mother. I knew it. Dang, their mom's actually pretty good looking. Amalis Louisois at your service. I'm trying to remember how to say that name because I remember hearing it a while back. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to meet you. Completely different from what their father is. But I think I remember them saying that their mother was far more kind and their father is a little more brutal. Okay. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you are here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment. But I have been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. Aw, that's so nice. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts awaiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group. Reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back at the Enix when you are ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Anthony, what do you think? Anthony? The Anthony San Antonio? Uh-oh. I'm guessing, Alize... Matter of fact, I bet you both Alize and Alphino has been talking about me. What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eosia, I insist that you join us. Sure. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. And if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Alright, well, I guess I'll see y'all later. I'm sure Alphino thinks nothing of it. He invited classmates over all the time, but, I wasn't the most. It was a different time for me, alright? It's okay, I understand. I apologize. My brother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am relieved, even to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Anthony? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? Yeah, sure, let's go. Let us give Alize a push then, and be on our way. Alright. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers. Thank you very much. I mean, why would I want to do that? Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. Never mind. Louvier estate is that way. Straight down to the stairs. Come on. Oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah, just the same thing. Oh, and please don't make a fuss when we get there. It's only a house. I've already kind of seen it, so let's get going. I gotta say, I always like having like the twins with me when it comes to things. As children, Alphino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. When Alize and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. Yeah, that is a huge step up. A huge step up. Ah yes, this is where I first practiced magic on an actual person. Oh wow, okay. Alize had fallen, you see, and scraped her knee quite badly, so I tried casting the simple restorative spell I had only just learned. How she smiled when the wound closed. The joy and relief that was, I believe, the very moment I chose the healing arts as the main subject of my studies. Ah, interesting, okay. We used to come here all the time with grandfather. In summer, I would dip my hands and feet in the fountain and splash about. Not Alphino though. Even back then, he wasn't very fond of playing in water. He'd make any excuse to avoid it. Which would explain how I came to swim like an auk and he sink like a stone. Oh, that's interesting. I love that. Okay. And here you are at last. Please do come in. Finally get to see their home. Wow, look at all of them.
Welcome home, my lady.
I'm just looking around. I would do the same thing too. I'll be looking. It's a lot of servants.
What? What are you gawping at?
Don't mind me. House Levier in all its grandeur. Scion headquarters must seem dwindled indeed. Just admiring the craftsmanship. Oh, I actually really like the last one. Because I would definitely say something like that.
Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you would accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
Oh wait, is this where they're gonna get their change of outfits, maybe? I don't know, that's just what I'm beginning to think.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scions coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid.
Oh, interesting.
The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. 'Tis clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting.
'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Sure. Let me tell you about the time I defeated a warrior of light. Let me tell you about the time Alphino spent so much money for the Scions. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Oh, they did get their new outfits.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Right. But it looks good, Alize. You definitely look good.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore.
Right. I feel like every mother, like, even my parents did something like this when I was younger. If I had a brother that's close to my age, which I do, we will always have matching clothes. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? And it wasn't until much later we started having separate clothes. So yes, Alize, I am right there with you, girl.
And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
Mm-hmm.
See for yourself.
I do like both of their outfits. They're very nice.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
Oh, this is where he gets his new weapons. Okay. Cool.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field.
Oh, interesting.
He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
Yeah, I agree.
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master. But someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb.
It wasn't too hard to learn
May
that.
the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
I agree with that.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Well, it was nice to meet you. Goodbye. Okay, and that was it. Only the gods know when we'll be back again. Yeah, who knows. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as the content of your private conversation. Her visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice. As well, these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came from. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the Enix and rejoin our companions. Yeah. I love that Alphino is now a sage. And that class or job is not too hard to learn, actually. It was pretty easy. Don't think for a moment that I'm jealous of Alphino's new weapons. They're far more suited for him than me. We left for Eorzea in matching outfits, but our styles, both fashion and fighting, have long since diverged. If anything, I'm proud of the difference between us. I agree. Plus, you feel more... She's more of a fighter, where her brother's more like a support type kind of person. If I intended to master these sage armaments, that will mean learning to imbue them with the same ether that I poured into Moonstone and Obsidian. Tis difficult to grasp the essence of such an entity. For me, it will help to think of the Nolas as allies in battle. Supply a simply a new form of energy which went into manifestation my carbuncle companions. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. For us to feel responsible for the chasm of House Louisoix, Olivier, would be pure hubris. After all, we are merely on the outskirts of what is essentially a family affair. I guess you could say that. And yet neither can we claim the indifference of strangers. To hear their mother welcome them so warmly was a joy and a relief. True. As curious I am to learn of the truth of this duty, I wonder what else the Forum is hiding. A cataclysm secret whose origin lies in the ethereal sea. Duplicity aside, however, I do not believe Master Fortuno means us ill. Even the harsh words he had for his children stemmed not from anger, I think, but desperation. Yeah, I definitely think his father's not doing anything bad at the moment. Enjoy your time at the Oliviers. I hope. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father. Not that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret to the forums strive to hide, and the flower bequeathed you to by Hydaelyn is sure guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you scouted out the situation in Thavnair, we'll be well acquainted to plot our next move. Cool. Okay, for Thavnair Bound, Thancred is eager to set forth to Thavnair. Let's do it. I have Krile's instruction in hand. If you are ready to set out, then so are we. Haven't been to Thavnair before. I can travel by Aetherite. But what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Krile was the same mind and had already secured the aid of good folk of the Confluence. We would take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest? I'm afraid so, my friend. What's going on, Urianger? Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of comrade Moonbrea. Oh, Moonbrea was an authority on etherology, a field of study she embarked upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it had the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor inspection has revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus I have kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it's too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which had long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we shall look for a researcher named Kite. Okay. Goodness gracious, the jingle kind of made me jump for a second. So they're bringing up Moonbrea. It's been a while since I've heard about her. Well, now, this is a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? What? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Krile, of the students of Baldesion. We seek passage to Thavnair, and understand that you can assist us? Ah, the test subjects. Welcome, welcome. Test subjects? He said the same thing. Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So in order to travel to an Aetherite, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling along the life stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of Aetherite teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there is a way to travel to an Aetherite without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible that people might move about more freely. Okay. And we finally done it. We created a new kind of Aetherite that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. It really does changes everything. While my language may have been a bit misleading, the user need not attune to these Aetherites, but the Aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other. thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, and the other over in Ydalimad, a port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Rods Adhan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous for us? Or fortuitous? I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherites were made for people like your good self. Oh, the magic imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true, and far be it from me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the live stream. In a statistically unlikely event that something goes away, but it's plain that you aren't most people. Mrs. Krile truly knows how to pick them. If I might change the subject, are Master Wilfson and Mistress Bluda not present today? Oh, you didn't hear? They recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Alrighty. Interesting exchange going on there, but okay then. Okay, Urianjay, what's on your mind, man? Though words unsaid yet weighs heavy on my heart, I shall devote mine all to our task in Thavnair. Okay. Given my experience with teleportation, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have reservations, but I will trust in Krile. I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Good luck. Wait, what? I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Oh yeah, it's because he doesn't have to do it. Okay.
We're all set.
Okay. Oh, she's wearing Aetherlight.
Was it?
Yeah, no. Just the three of us. Estinian's not going. She got Aetherite crystals in her as earrings. That's kind of cool.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnair.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
Calm yourself down.
Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Why is she running?
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
She ran like crazy. Yo, Denzi, how's it going, man?
Oh, and one last thing.
Oh, yeah?
You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Oh, now you want to say that.
What?
Thancred. And Orianjay's like, She was too excited to test that out. Did we make it safe? And there we go. Crossing the seas without even taking a boat. Or an airship. Oh, okay. That was an interesting touch. All is going well.
Home to city-state Rads at Har. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between two peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy.
Okay.
Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
Twerk music?
Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have? What chance?
There go Yuriante.
Against such an insidious foe.
That's goofy. Oh. Their ethereal crystal looks almost like Charlian's. Okay, that's interesting. When the edibles hit. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. Everything's going really well. Oh no, they're still sick.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
I love how Yuriante is just so
bring
crawled
you
up.
Something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
I mean, they kind of like traveled across the world, so it's kind of understandable. To like a...
There was a note with Krile's instructions.
Okay.
Don't let a Stinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Oh. Oh. It's like, alright, I gotta endure it. Is there gonna be like a little status effect on me while I'm actually going around? You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, you will be unable to reach Estinian in time. Oh, I thought they would give me like a little status effect or something, because I thought that would have been like an interesting touch right there. But oh man, that was a really nice little cutscene there. Okay, let's talk to him real quick. No stopping our champion. Now quickly, find Estinian before he... Uh-oh. Oh, Yuriante. Poor man, look at him. Let's talk to him. Oh, he don't even got anything to say. Oh, no. Alright, well, let's go ahead and officially attune to this. Oh. Oh, there is a status effect kind of happening. Aether Sickness. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, now we officially attune to it. Gotta make it to Estinian. As soon as I lost it, I get it back. Astidian, stop wasting our money. You there, I need 3 drinks. Something that helps with Ether Sickness. By the Matsya, a traveler. Greetings, and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special armra lassier, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By the way of warm welcome to Thavnair, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil for not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. Don't fall for it, Estinian. The price is high road robbery, and you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and use gestures denying that deal is fair. Oh, okay, well, let's try it. Well, I am quite vexed that it's not working. And it's not what we should go for. Perhaps it's a bit expensive. Still, if it's special like he says... Wait. Maybe let's try Doubt. Where's Doubt again? Well, let's go... Oh, wait, there's a Deny right there. Hold on. I found it. I found Deny. There it is. Yeah. Don't. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me? That's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the latte? This merchant is swindling me. Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles of lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly, but... for both of us. Very well, then. Your coin? No, don't freaking... Here. A bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. Alright. I guess we bought it anyways. I'll be back after I explored the town. A teensy-wincy touch, she says. Not even my hardest night's drinking comes close. There you go, Urianje. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doeth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Estinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. You feeling better, my man? Never had teleportation induced such terrible discomfort. 'Twas torturous in its intensity, and I would sooner swim a score moms. Okay. You were in time? Excellent. You spared us to Taro's wrath. Yeah, you could say that. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Yeah. Gonna take mine as well. Oh, now we're feeling all better. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Aye, I've bound it. So it's the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. The man said it was the Thavnairian weave, tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. Still, I was told. It's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. It's not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? Are all harnessed merchants so unscrupulous? Expected the Azure Dragoon to put up more of a fight. I do like to say that last one, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one. It is pretty strange for their prices to be insane here. I am inclined to agree with thy assessment. It does seem excessive, unusually so. Claiming Thavnair as its dominion, the nation of Raz-Az-On have long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arcasodora, a Mataga tribe ingenious to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the product of Hanish culture has come to be celebrated and coveted to the world over. A development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this has combined to make a trading power of Raz-Az-Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs to be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. I definitely do not miss trying to read Urianger's dialogue. Neither which I see of any evidence, given that the merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant doeth suggest the oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it will be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, will not to lose by learning more. So, ere we seek out Krile's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedemad? I think it is Yedemad. Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like, don't you understand how I feel about that? The dialogue, oh man, like trying to read it is always a struggle for me. Dost thou, mother, know thy, like, I don't know, man. Like, just say it plainly, please. We don't have to be Shakespearean everywhere we go, my friend. Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Seems like it worked. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? 'Twas how I used to wear it, in a functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the Turagians removed me from my armor and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon helm again. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I love Urianger, but sometimes I can't deal. Right, I love the man, but imagine him trying to order a Big Mac. I'm just trying to think of the words what he would say just trying to get a Big Mac. On low tide, his stomach behaving once more, Thancred is ready to get to work. Right, let us split up and make inquiries in town, Anthony. The Puri is yours. Once we have learned that we can, we regroup by the Aetherite. Off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Let's do it! The Damascans aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with? What are we supposed to do it with? I don't know. But yelling at me isn't gonna help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the province are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Gah, but this would be an enormous loss. Alright, forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handcrafts, medicines, all the perennial harnish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kazul. I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been canceled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Well, dang. Wait. You are a foreigner, aren't you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I am no merchant. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me? My name is Matsya. Oh, yeah, we're looking for you. And I'm here to see Kazul. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kazuo too, did you? I am Matsya, a fisherman of Arkali, a nearby village. I'm just trying my best to pronounce these. I sell my cats to Kazuo, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't brought anything for a while now. When I heard the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man. I dare not disturb him. You seem to know a lot about him. Tell me more. If I may ask, what is it that you do? I'm an adventurer. An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world, helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? Sure. You see, I brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is I'm terrible with people. I've ever only dealt with Kazul, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Sure, I'll try my best. If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registration. Wait, what? What? That sounds different. Folk here are rather business-minded, for want of a better word, but at least they are welcoming of foreigners. And in ordinary times, this harbor must overflow with visitors from all over the world. I mean, it looks kind of busy to me. Seeing as they're dried fish, I wondered if there might be dried squid as well. Maybe. Keep looking, man. You might find some. This is a storehouse like any other at first glance. Yet, in contrast, it is to scale. There is a distinct lack of activity. Well, I can go in. Interesting architecture. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please, try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yalimat. I will observe you and learn. Okay. Oh, he's gonna be accompanying me. Okay. To travel to unfamiliar places and speak with unfamiliar people, your conversation skills must be astounding. Maybe. Alright, let's see. Interesting to have an NPC with me like this. Yes. Fish. I got fish here. Fresh fish straight from the sea. Buzz them to your mouth. Greetings, friend. How far are you late? Let's not try to sell him just yet. First, well, let's see how he's doing first. Greetings to you. I suppose I'm well enough given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when the tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remained there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back, continue my life, such as it is. Whether or not it is for the right choice, only time will tell. I think I would go with the second one. Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed to the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the days when you could earn as much as you give and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Yeah, I think I will do that because it's a good lead up. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. Huh? Well, you bait me like that. How can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Yeah, that's how you do it. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is shallows cod, delectable stew in coconut milk, or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You can succeed in making a sale. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. I know what I'm doing. That you should make a sale on the first attempt. I have learned a lot already, and I hope to learn more still. Over here hustling? I mean, it's kind of like my job, but also a hobby. But I think it's kind of interesting that they're actually having us do something like this in this game. It feels very in tune with me. Like, the thing is, you don't want to, like, hit your customers with a question saying, are you sure you want something like that? Because it makes it seem like you're not confident. Alright, here we are. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to one of the 3 people you approach. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Though you did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I will endeavor to become a better peddler. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazul soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who said it'd be Matsya? Oh, Kazul. Kazul, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were too. Oh, so you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore. I'm sorry, Matsya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. Aw. I'm sorry, man. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you. I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. Aw. I have poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends, family, dependent on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Kazul. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I've had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. You too, man. There you are, gotten over the Aether Sickness, have you? Yeah, I'm just doing some, business. Mayhap owning the island's small-sized towers' impact upon the people's lives do appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. Yeah, true. Excuse me. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? Yeah, somewhat. I'll learn some details about what's going on with the merchandise and all that. Or the merchants. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many local livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent, for another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth the Lunar Primal. Business as usual for Telefere. Helping a struggler fisherman you only just met to peddle his catch? Yes, you would be something like that. I'll try to help. Anything else new? No. Okay. Alright, Estanian, what are we gonna do next? House of Divinities. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Estinian. Okay. That Matsya fellow you were helping, he's Akasodora, is he not? Apparently, it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should be traveling alone? If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Akasodora would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestor which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him. Akalai lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Krile's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Alright, let's get going. I really like the colorful environment here. And there goes the tower. I feel like one of the towers might end up being like a dungeon or something. I don't know. Just a theory that I have so far. This looks very beautiful to look out at. Like, that's very pretty. Okay, you do not see Matsya from here either. Okay. No, leave me alone. Help, somebody help. Uh-oh. Matsuya's voice. And it came from the north? Alright, well, let's go. Demon elephants. Oh. It's, Imperials. Oh! It's the Tampered Imperials. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? Oh, I heard trouble. I see you found them in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We heard that the Akasodora were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in a city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean, all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should make care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. Since our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower, what can thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I have heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. Divinities? For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot, House of Divinities. In the old tongue it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted in a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that this was for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time, we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say because I'm a terrible storyteller, I ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'll be honored to share our knowledge and fish. Okay. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akayalai? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. Alrighty. So this is the Salmakora of Thanarand's gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there could be none now. The kidnapped Hainish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed saving them will mean confronting their false god, like as not. As you said, we do well to study their religious traditions to Akayalai. Alright. Ugh. I need to drink of water. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this island, to hear them spoken by heirs to this story heritage giving them new life. A charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. Yeah. The tower, I mean, as cool as the tower looks, it is a little ominous and kind of does ruin the view. Mark you that the platform out on the water, some manner of shrine perhaps? Yeah, maybe. Interesting. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust? Yep. While you were off talking to the others, I remember something that might be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. Oh, okay. So I learned about their gods. They wear human limbs. And some look like beasts. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll, which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. Oh! The Magnus Sisters, I believe they're called. I remember them from Final Fantasy X, and I think they're in Final Fantasy IV. I believe so. I know they're in 2 of them, and only 2 Final Fantasies. But they're mostly notable in Final Fantasy X. For me. They are Matsya, and you heard of them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Cinder Cindervaya, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Cindervaya, as the goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mandervoria, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by the weavers. Okay. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Matsya and the deities of Eosia preside over myriad aspects of life and what the Marja, if I may ask. The Marja hold power over nature in ages past. They were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja head, and he is venerated as a progenitor of the Akrasadora. Anything wearing human limbs should probably be avoided. I've only played 3 and would like to play 4 at some point. 4 is really good. I think this is what it's supposed to be influenced on. Endwalker is supposed to be influenced on 4. And 3 is really good because, you know, I think that's when they started establishing a pretty good story for the series. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It's said that an ancestor of the Satrap, that's the ruler of Razaz, forged in the covenant with a dragon divinity in an ancient times. And this divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the Satrap. Legend holds that if ever the Satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you have given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. Let me guess, they're gonna be, because I guess the tower might end up being a dungeon. And, I'm guessing they're probably gonna be like the dungeon boss, maybe? That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we ought out Krile's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Krile's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Gotcha. Let's do this thing. Oh, I gotta talk to him for it? Okay. The Great Work. Matsya has a shine in his eyes that wasn't there before. Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful and kinda and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? So I'm guessing you have a crush on her. Sigh, I could stare at her deity ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Okay? Sure, dude. If you say so. Alright. This location actually looks pretty cool. If there was a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. Oh, snap. Oh. There's bodies here. I didn't even pay attention. That's not good. In such a manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? What in the world? Yeah. Dang. Well, this is interesting. I'm going to attune to this ether crystal first, and then I will... The bodies can't wait. They're like, oh, come on, you got to interact with us. Certainly wasn't expecting this.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
Yeah, as soon as that person was, like, moaning over there, I was like, maybe they're asleep?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
Okay. So they're just extremely tired.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Okay.
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Nice place for a nap.
Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
Okay.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course! You're the one Krile sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Okay.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
These are some interesting alchemists. I feel like they're very devoted to their work.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
What?
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Okay, my dude.
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so. Now, see here.
Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Urianger.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
I see that.
No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
Sure.
As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Krile. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results.
Okay.
Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Poor Estinian. Oh, for the days when I enjoy such fervent adoration, but on this occasion, I am glad to entrust the burden of popularity to Estinian. Oh, man. I mean, they do have good charming selves, or charisma. Yeah, they both got good charisma. It's said that the shellfish is idle for those who have suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should have acquired some from Matsya? I don't know. Oh yeah, let me talk to Vishem. Pray pay me no mind. I'm here that I may be service, nothing more. Oh, okay. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Krile herself is tied up with another investigation, Anthony is an enemy capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric immersions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tampered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap by us alchemists create enchanted talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disrupt forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the skills provided by our excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon, we'll be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of the light come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is that you need me to do? Yeah. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Yeah. I kind of have a pretty good idea what they want me to do. I'm gonna go with the last one. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. But as for your task, we ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you, with your permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the great work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing some of the preparations. Poor Asinian. Getting his blood drawn and all that. Good luck with the test. I shall remain here to assist other alchemists. Alrighty. I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night, the Drunken Deepa. A Drunken Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test this talisman's efficiency. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe Aether Sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please, begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Follow the Drunken Deepa lead and try not to fall behind. Whoa, okay, hold on. Okay, it just started running. I was not expecting it to just dip like that. Oh, wait, no. Warning, discharging ether. You are struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Yeah. Okay. Subject has no irresponsible urge to empty their stomach. Confirm. Resuming test. Please follow. Yoink! You return, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Oh. Can I get it as a minion or something? Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Oh yeah, all good over here. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. Yeah, I kind of already know that. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Okay, shadow footsteps. Nidhana regards you with those eyes you could drown in. What? What? Really? What? You're a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. You get it? We're getting high tonight. That's right. You can't have a good talisman without good spirit weed. It comes with pretty good pricing. The herb grows not far from here too, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spat of kidnappings, however, we Arcasadora travel alone at our peril. Why you always travel alone? Will you not come with me as my escort? I will compensate you for your troubles, of course. Sure, go for it. That's right, folks. We got HeartBlooms and we got spirit weed. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to the Kajoa's footsteps. It is suited on the road which runs east of the Great Work. I couldn't resist myself. They kind of set themselves up for calling it spirit weed. Like, come on now. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being... I feel like we're being followed as like there's a fight going on in the background. Oh, you don't say. Gas! Look out, Anthony. Alright, let's do it. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work, think the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're alright, I hope. Oh yeah, all good over here. Good, good. Let's continue on, then. It isn't far from now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. Gotcha. And here we are, the Katja footsteps. Katja was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. Alright, gotcha. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. I agree. Wow, this place looks cool. Oh, you can see the dancers up there. And, what are those? A peacock. Oh, I don't need to go up there. My bad. That platform looks so cool.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
What can you tell me of the satrap? Do you trust the satrap? Tell me a little more about it.
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the war like Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
It kind of reminds me a lot of Evilly's structures.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Oh snap, Fandaniel. I was not expecting to see you here.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owe? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat? with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal. Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
I feel like we got a hint about him a little bit. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my gosh, how come I didn't see the cutscene with this? Wow. That is beautiful. Okay. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. No problem. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? You got your weed? Okay, let's go. Yo, look at this enemy design. That is awesome. I kind of want to fight it just because it looks cool. I see a cool enemy that I haven't fought, I fight it. It looks cool, so it must die. That's how I roll. Anthony, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to the completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Alright, thank you.